Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Drooldles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be reviewing the Carro 45-ton, which has finally been released outside of the Black Friday sale, which was a pretty ridiculous $300. Now, to get your hands on this vehicle, it's still not going to be cheap. If you get obviously lucky with crates, then it might be, but for the most part, as players like Flossie, who I'm friends with, had to open up 30 crates to get his hands on this vehicle, yeah, I would estimate that it's going to cost you anywhere from $50 to $100 to get your hands on this tank guaranteed, which is not cheap when you run the numbers. Now, if you want my opinion, for any of you that are watching the video right now, and you've decided to purchase the Carro, I think that was a very, very poor decision. Mainly on the fact because in 1 week, Wargaming is going to be releasing the patch notes for the European vehicles. And we have no clue what Wargaming is planning on doing to the Carro. I guarantee there will be changes made to it, and it could be buffed, it could be nerfed. I literally don't know, and neither do you. So, jumping the gun and immediately buying the Carro when you have 2 weeks before the crates leave the stores was a really poor decision, in my opinion. I would have just waited for Wargaming to release the patch notes for the European tree, and then bought the tank depending on what is being done to it. At least that way you know. This way, if Wargaming ends up nerfing the tank in a week, you have nobody to blame but yourself. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Carro, showcasing why its gun is so incredibly good and sometimes frustrating at the exact same time. And let's start off with the statistics of this vehicle. Now, it features a 3-shell auto-reloader. The reason I say 3 is because the 4th shell is really only used if you have to. It's a 20.82 second reload. So, essentially what that means is any of the 40%ers that buy this tank, you will know instantly because they're going to dump their last shell, whether you're watching them on your team or paying attention to them on the enemy team. Make sure you count, because if a Carro does shoot 4 shells, you have the opportunity to push it immediately. But obviously with 4 shells to its disposal, it's pretty hard to keep track of all the shells, especially when it can reload so fast. The Carro on shell 4 features a 4.53 second reload. If you add on the 3.53 second base intra-clip reload, then that's around an 8-second reload in total for this vehicle, which gives it a pretty impressive 2,850 DPM if you use it on shell 4. Breaking in the shell 3 is going to give you about 200 less DPM. Breaking in the shell 2 is going to give you an additional 200 less DPM. So essentially, the Carro is going to feature the most effective damage per minute when you shoot the vehicle as a single shot. But as a clipper, it's also more beneficial to obviously shoot shells into your opponents. So usually what I try to do is just dump my shells into whatever I can, and then don't shoot the last shell. That's my advice, because you don't lose that much DPM in the car that you need to only shoot on reload, and yeah, most of the time you're going to get more damage out anyway dumping your clip than you would just, you know, shooting 1 shell and waiting. So we will see what we can do here. Up against us, we do have an enemy Carro, and we have a T100 LT, so they have 2 mediums in total. I'm not exactly sure where they're going to go, but we can see that the enemy T100 has decided to step into base A. Alright, well there's 1 shell into his tank, 2 shells into his tank, and 3. Just like that, you can see what the Carro can do. Now, to be fair, that guy clearly does not know how to play the game, but he still just allowed me to absolutely clip the crap out of him and deal a massive chunk off of his hit point pool. Now, one thing I should point out about the Carro is it does not feature good armor. In fact, it basically has no armor, so you have to be very cautious about that. Our team is playing quite aggressive right now. I'm just really glad the 200 LT died, because that player was stopping me from doing really anything. As much of a bad player as he was, the player was actually stopping me from really moving, especially with that 57 in the back there. Yeah, he's still a cringer, by the way. I don't know what he's... Well, I know what he's doing. He's tunneling me. We also got the E4, who gets 1 shell into me, but we've got 1... Ah, okay. Well, the cringe thing about the T10 E4 is that the vehicle actually features so much DPM, it can really just out DPM me here and crap on me at the same time. Alright, well, very tempted to dump my last shell, but I know better than that, so we're not going to. My T57 Heavy, on the other hand, does not know better than that, and has full health killed himself. That's pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. Okay, well, at this moment in time, we're going to go wide, because we're not spotted by the E4. We're, in fact, not spotted by anybody. I'm going to be very cautious on my flanking maneuvers here, but if we do this correctly, Should be able to... Oh! We got spotted through the bush, because, you know, Wargaming with their fantastic bush designs in this game just allow you to get spotted right through them. But at least we've gotten some damage out. Now, there is somebody in A, but that's the IS-4. I'm just keeping an eye on the enemy TDs. We got the Badger in the back. There you go. Nice clear on the enemy Badger. We got the 57 Heavy in the back. There you go. 475 roll. But unfortunately, now we have the grill pushing me. We got one shell into the grill, and even though he shoots me, guess what? I'm an auto-reloader, so I was able to get my finishing shells into the grill, and he's dead. Now we can see that the Caro on the enemy team is making his way straight towards me, so I'm going to leave. That's obviously not what I want to deal with, as I have dumped my clip. There's no point to do that. But you can very easily see a demonstration on how the Caro is... It's just fantastic. It's very flexible due to the fact it features gun depression, decent mobility, and a gun that hits reasonably hard. We're going to get a slap into the IS-4, and maybe one more. Come on. No, cringe. Especially because we probably could have saved that shell and shot the enemy Caro. But I really can't complain. Actually, we wouldn't have gotten that out. Alright, well then that's fine with me. There you go. So pretty good first battle. I think we did easily over 3,500. I'm not sure exactly how much we did end up doing. We did, yeah, 4,132. And that is an ace. Although I have a feeling the ace bar on this vehicle is going to rise quite substantially because of the fact it is obviously released. So, as you can see, first game, the Carro gun worked great. The accuracy didn't let us down all too much. The 380 Alpha allowed us to hit our opponents hard. And that grill thought that we had dumped our clip, but in actuality, we had shot the E4, reloaded one shell, and then shot the Badger, killed him, and then we also had our shell for the 57 Heavy, and enough to still finish off the grill. It's a great example on how the Caro just feels amazing. Now, there are some situations where the tank feels dookie. For example, the gun will troll you sometimes. Even though that game the RNG worked pretty well, I can tell you there's a lot of situations where it doesn't work well. Also, because this vehicle does feature premium APCR, it's a bit cringe when shooting at angled armor. Again, like, let's say an E50M turret, for example. E50M turret is pretty tricky to pen with any type of APCR ammo, so that's a great example where the Caro will struggle a bit. But right now, we're going to see if we can just get any shells into enemy mediums. Hello? Interesting. They have a Progetto and a TVP. And you're telling me neither of them went here? Really? Alright. Well, if I get YOLO'd, there's not much I can do about that, but let's see if we can spot any heavies here. Nope. Wow. Their entire team has gone to town. Again, with two mediums. What? Well, I'm not going to worry about base cap right now, because us capping a base isn't going to matter if they're going to push into base A. Oh, okay. Well, there's one HE shell into the enemy Progetto, and there's two shells into the enemy Progetto. And let's see if we can finish him off. Bonk. Okay. Alright, Wargaming. That's incredible. So not only do I bounce the rear of the enemy Progetto, but then he pens me there. Okay. Once again, skill does not matter in this game. Luck matters in this game. Because apparently we don't have any luck. Alright, well, let's see if we can do a bit better than that. Let's try and make our way over towards base B. I have to be very cautious, though, because obviously the enemy team does have that TVP. Very, very dangerous tank. You can also see the long intraclip on this vehicle is quite awkward in some... Wow. Well, I'm dumping... No, I can't, because now there's... Yeah, now there's a TVP. Well, might as well dump it. Yep. Right now, the amount of anger I'm feeling is... It's an immense amount. I can't describe how mad I am, but it's really a lot of anger. The fact that not only did my shells miss that 50B, but then obviously the TVP rolls around the corner. I'm very, very happy right now. Alright, well, maybe we can get some shells into the enemy regressor. Obviously, I can't poke anywhere where that TVP is, so that's very fun. Let's see. We got the regressor. We do have the mouse as well, right in front of us. That mouse looked like he was almost going to look at us for a moment there. But we're just going to wait. The 704 is capturing the base, and we got what? We got the mouse in mid. There you go. Nice pen into the mouse once. Nice pen into the mouse twice. Not too bad. Is our team going to move? I doubt it. If they would move, it would be great, but as of right now, this game's looking very Sussler or Mungler. I got the mouse off to the side, who, if he shows me his weak spots, there you go. There's one pen into the mouse. Okay, not too bad. I am a one-shot for the TVP, but he is spotted, so that's the good news. Alright, Well, for right now, we're just going to wait here, and we don't really have a choice at this point. We have to push in. Our team is obviously doing nothing, but they need to step on to A. Please step on to base A. Oh boy, this is not going well for our team. Alright, well, let's see if we can get some shells into the mouse. There's one, and... okay, well, there's a bounce. I need to step on the base, though, again. There you go. Alright, well, let's just chill right here in a position that mouse cannot kill me. Our other player is capping the other base, so that's good. There you go, nice. Alright, we have indeed been able to base cap there. Now we got the enemy TVP, who is, I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. I like how this mouse, by the way, asked if I was scared as he proceeded to put himself in, like, the worst position ever. Great job, mouse. Yes, I am very scared. Alright, well, that was a very, very cringe battle. And I know I was a little bit angry there at the beginning, but we were still able to deal 3,800 damage. It's a great tank. I mean, there's really not much else to say. The gun worked fantastic there, the pen worked fine, and we did really all we needed to. Just a bit annoying, once again, that TVP 5051s are able to exist in the state they do. You make one poke to try and get behind the enemy, and a TVP rolls around the corner. To be fair, I should have expected that because, oh well. But it didn't really hinder our game all too much, I guess. So we were still able to win, cap the base, and come out with a really cringe victory. But it's a win. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.